Welcome to your weekly astrology forecast from Born Without Boundaries here on Astrology Motivation. This video comes out every single Sunday to clarify the energies that are going to be impacting you throughout this week. It goes from Sunday to Saturday. And yes, unlike most of my other videos, this is time specific. So we're going to go not necessarily day by day, but I'm going to give you the most important planetary transits, which is when the planets move between zodiac signs, and planetary aspects, which is the angles that the planets form to each other, which basically combines or creates energy combinations between them and will signal to us as astrologers, or you, whoever wants to look at this information, whoever wants to peek at the charts, where our major confrontations, revelations, obstacles, challenges, or functionality will be happening during this week. So let's first talk about the very, very basics. We have, when we start out this week, Venus, the Sun, and Mercury all in Libra, which means there's a lot of Libran energy, and Libra is the house of partnership, luxury, beauty, and intimate relationships. So well, what do intimate relationships mean? It means that we're learning through other people. We're learning about who we are in relationship to how we treat others and how we let them treat us. And so that's where the spotlight is right now. This is the last week it'll be there, because the Sun and Venus, basically, the Sun and Venus are in a conjunction. They've been in a conjunction for a couple of weeks, and they will continue on in a conjunction throughout most of November into mid-November. And I'm going to do a video for my BWOB members specifically about this conjunction and its impact. So I'm going to attach that link somewhere above here, one side or the other, so that you guys can watch it, and I hope that you do. It's big. Why is it big? Because it's a spotlight. It's shining a light on, honestly, where we can't keep putting ourselves first, but maybe we've put ourselves first for too long. Now, self first, it makes us sound real selfish, right? But that's not what I mean. Sometimes we just are really self-centered, but that doesn't necessarily mean selfish either. It just means that we think everything is about us, or all the weight of the world is on us. Many of us have been trying to do things by ourselves for way too long. And what we have been trying to do by ourselves is going to be unraveling and falling apart. And the major teaching device that the universe is using this week is to push us to the brink of collapse and complete ruination, to force us out of our comfort zone and get us to actually ask for fucking help, because that's what we need. And it's only through partnership. I'm going to tell you this right now, big reveal. It's only through partnership that you're going to get your answers. You might have to invest a little bit of money in there too. How much are you worth it? The Venus and the Sun are teamed up. It's like, how much can I invest in shining brighter? Or how much can I invest on shining light into these issues that I've been having for so long? Because this conjunction between Venus and the Sun is square to Pluto, and Pluto is ruthless. Now that doesn't mean evil. It just means that it doesn't matter what it has to do. It's there to get something done. So what is that conjunction between Venus and the Sun telling us? What have we been burning away? What have we been burning up? What have we been maybe spending too much of, or putting too much of ourselves into? Have we been burning the candle at both ends? It's going to bring us to the brink of destruction, if not complete and total destruction, so we can start over and start right. And because all of this is happening in the house of partnership, where have you been trying to still be single, or be solo, or just focus on you, or try to do everything by yourself, when what you should be doing is asking your partner and recreating your life so that that partnership is what you're functioning through. For those of you who are in long-term relationships, you're going to be really experiencing a lot of challenges and maybe even a lot of doubts this week about ending things, or what if things ended, or I've just had it. I've tried to do better. I've tried to talk to them, but they're not. If you're dealing with a big ego, then a lot of shit's got to come crashing down in order for them to just wake up and smell the coffee. Like, see, hey, I really need to not make myself the most important person in my world. I always preach to you guys, always, about how important it is to put yourself first, to make sure that you are loving yourself. Obviously, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about really starting to live in isolation and make decisions in isolation. You'll never be able to tell you this right now. You're not figuring it out by yourself. If you made a decision and you're doing it by yourself, you're doing it wrong. You need a different perspective. You need the help of somebody else. It doesn't have to be your husband or wife or your boyfriend or girlfriend. It doesn't have to be, but it has to be that you are trusting somebody else's perspective to help you through this, because trying to do it by yourself is self-deception. How do I know that? Well, because both Jupiter and Neptune are square to Mars. And what that's doing is being overreactive and putting so much energy into trying to do everything at once, trying to have your hands in all these different pots, and also thinking that you're actually deceiving yourself. That's that Neptunian energy, that square to Neptune, deceiving yourself, thinking that I'm actually going to be able to do this. No, you can't. No, you can't. And if you have been feeling that tension, it's just leading up to basically a break or a breakdown. And I hope you guys don't have a nervous breakdown, but if you've been pushing yourself too hard, you may, because it was never supposed to be that way. You were supposed to be if you have all this, like, say, work on your plate, you're supposed to be saying, can you help me? Can you help me? That was supposed to be the lesson. But if you've been instead, oh, I don't want to burden anybody, oh, I'll just do this myself, it's fine, more and more and more and more and more and more on your back, and your back is going to fucking break. That's what's, because it's the universe is pushing you to make the right decisions, and trying to do it all by yourself has not been the right decision. And whether you know it or not, because I know that you're good people and you're not trying to just, now maybe you are, maybe you're a horrible person, but I mostly know you're not trying to just hoard things and say, it's got to be all about me. I think for the large part, we have trouble saying or speaking, I need some fucking help. That'll get a little bit easier toward the middle of this week. I have it marked here. Wednesday, Thursday, Saturn trines Mercury. And that means that we can start talking and speaking and planning effectively and efficiently, and actually being able to communicate like one-on-one with people. This is what I need. This would be a great day, depending on the level of your stress, to hire an advisor, to hire a counselor, to hire a consultant, to be able to invest the money into making yourself better by realizing you have gone as far as you can go by yourself. Now it's time for you to call in somebody else. And depending on where all of this is happening in your natal chart, it could be you might need a personal trainer. You know, it's like you could have plateaued when it came to your strength training or your fitness routine, because you don't have any more information. You're at a point now where you're done. You have to learn from somebody else. Maybe you need somebody else to help you discipline yourself. Maybe you just need another set of eyes on data that you're trying to analyze. Maybe you just need to start listening to your partner more, because there's been this tension that's been growing in your house and you don't know what it's coming from, because you think, well, I'm trying to do so much. I'm doing so much. Why aren't they happy? Because a real partner isn't going to be happy when you try to do it all by yourself. They don't want you to take care of them like they're a child. They want to be an active participant, and for you to show them the respect of appreciating their opinion and allowing them to contribute. But a lot of times we don't realize that we're doing these things because we're so well intended. We have such great intentions of, I'll take care of everything. I'll be the superhero here. And it's like, stop. Even Superman was really, well, no, Superman was actually Kal-El, if you want to get deep down into the books. But, you know, it's like allowing somebody to love your Clark Kent and your Superman, and realizing that by being the hero all the time, you don't give somebody else a chance to shine. that has a lot to do with what's going on with partnerships right now. But for those of you who are not in partnerships, I think it has a lot to do with you needing a partnership, you needing a partner. And if you listen to my videos, and please do check out this link, I'll put it right above, to Born Without Boundaries Tarot. I have thousands of videos just giving advice every single week based on tarot and astrology. And I always push people away from needing a relationship. I'm not talking about relationships. I'm talking about partnership. I'm talking about like acknowledging the vast knowledge, skill set, experience, or just, intuitive genius of somebody else, and realizing I don't live in this world in isolation. There's 8 billion people on the planet. Why can't I just ask for help? And I think by Wednesday, Thursday, that will get a lot easier. Now, later on this week, Saturday, Sunday, and I don't say that because I don't know the dates. I say that because it depends on where on the globe you are. But Saturday, Sunday, the Sun and Venus conjunct. So they're like, boom, one on top of the other. They are moving into Scorpio. And I got to tell you, that and Pluto is still square them both. When they hit Scorpio, the shit's going to hit the fucking fan. Like, a lot of things are going to be unearthed and seen and realized about finances, maybe financial ruin, maybe, or financial, not ruin, problems, challenges. Like, let somebody know maybe things aren't going as well as you wanted them to, that you're scared, that you're worried. All of these fears about your own value, your own personal value, they're gonna come out, because the only way to fix them is to ask for help. You have to. You're never going to be able to fix them if you don't ask for help with them. And by the time you reach Scorpio, I'll tell you right now, you're not going to have a fucking choice. This is also a sensual time. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of determination. There's ruthlessness, but there's also a sense of the Venus, the Sun, sensuality, sexuality, romance. And romance gets a little bit darker. It gets a little bit deeper. It gets a little bit more raw, and it gets more primal when this conjunction between the Sun and Venus enters Scorpio. Especially still challenged or squared to Pluto, which is going to intensify everything. Which could be, bottom line, it could be if you've spent too much time by yourself, especially, or if there's been sexual tension built up, if you haven't gotten laid in a while, if you've been having issues with sex between your partner, fucking boom. That's when it's all gonna come out, as soon as it hits Scorpio. And as we get deeper into Scorpio, that new moon in Scorpio that comes and sort of makes us need to reset, start over, but also clarify everything. It's those things that we have not allowed to be seen, those things that maybe we have tried to hide, that are going to be painfully impactful. They may still be invisible, because new moons are invisible. They go dark, but it's a new moon eclipse. So there's huge changes that are coming, and a lot of them could surprise you. But really, are you surprised? Because look at you felt the tension for a while. Whenever Pluto was extremely active, and Pluto's been extremely active all year, but it's extremely active right now when it is legitimately squaring that conjunction between the Sun and Venus. Nobody can tell me they haven't been feeling something coming, because you can feel the beast breathing down your neck. You know when you're being hunted. And where are you being hunted? It's going to hit you. And I think, honestly, it's going to offer a little bit of relief, but that's getting into next week. Not this coming week, but next week, once the Sun and Venus both go into Scorpio, and we'll get deeper into that. But there's tension this week. How does it impact this week? Huge tension. You're going to feel it. And the truth is this, you're going to feel it so that you fall into it when it happens, because you just need the relief. You almost need to crash and burn. It's almost like you've needed to experience this for a while in order to be open and receptive to the advice, or changing, or doing things differently. And it's not your fault. Like, most people out there, you're not sitting around being stubborn, like, I just don't want to change. No. But you don't know how to change. And you've been begging for the answers. And I guarantee you those answers, it'll be clear what you need to do to get those answers. I feel like that's a more accurate statement. It will become, this week the tension will build, and you'll just be so ready to ask whoever you need to ask, or do whatever you need to do to be able to just get those answers, because of that beautiful trine between Saturn and Mercury, allowing us to be able to, at least at this point, articulate verbally what we need help with, and just make the move a practical move. So it's going to be a smart move. It's going to be a steady move. It's going to be disciplined move to figure out, okay, what do I have to do here? What do I have to do to fix this situation, or at least be able to articulate the trouble that we're having? Ask and you shall receive. The tension will be popped within the next week and a half. That new moon, I think, is going to offer a reset, a hard reset that we all need, especially with our partnerships, our relationships to other people, us honoring ourselves, but also leaving room to honor others, as well as our sexuality, our sensuality, and things that we've grown ashamed of and felt that we needed to hide. Whereas if we had just asked for help, it wouldn't have gotten this bad. It wouldn't have gotten this far, and it wouldn't hurt so bad. I love you guys so much. Please remember to leave your comments below. Discuss this energy with me. I would love, love, love to talk and see, in the comments how it's impacting you. And I definitely do read those comments. Please remember that on Born Without Boundaries Tarot, every single week there are 12 zodiac sign specific readings that include astrology and tarot. I hope you will join me for those energy readings, those week ahead glimpses. So if you're not subscribed over there, please do head over there and go subscribe there too. If you're not subscribed here, please get that done. Subscribe to the channel and then ring that notification bell. Ringing the notification bell will let you know when I go live, because 5 days a week here, I go live. I do a live general tarot card reading, and I can interact with you guys via the live chat. It's a whole lot of fun, and it's actually really healing. To participate, you have to be subscribed, because I don't go live at a regular time. So the only way is to get that notification to know when I go live. So I hope you guys will join me for that as well. I love you all so much. I hope you have a phenomenal week, and I do. The tension is about to burst. If not this week you'll probably feel the tension building, but into next week, the tension will finally burst. It'll have no choice but to do so. And we'll just have to stick together and figure this out and talk through how it's affecting each of us. I love you, and I will see you guys in the videos. Bye.